guys? Carlo here. In today's video, I just wanted to discuss the controversy surrounding the boxing gloves that Gervonta Davis was using in his fight this past weekend against Leo Santa Cruz on Saturday night. I'm going to go over some footage with you guys real quick to kind of give you guys my thoughts, and we can see it together, and then we'll discuss a little bit more in detail afterwards. So check it out. So you can see here this is the glove selection process that all boxers go through. This is Santa Cruz choosing his gloves, which are the Everlast. Typically they have 2 to 3 pairs of the same gloves, and the boxer will try them on to make sure that they fit the way they want them to, as well as the other camp to verify that they are legitimate. There's nothing wrong with the gloves, there's nothing rigged, that the padding is good, and then both camps can agree on that. And then the athletic commission is there as well to sign off on everything, and that everyone's good with it. So you can see Santa Cruz is going through this process right now of choosing his gloves. Davis is waiting for his turn. I'm going to fast forward a little bit to where Davis picks his gloves, and that way you guys can see that. So now it's going to skip over, and you can see Davis has the Mexican color schemed Grant gloves in front of him. I believe that's that guy in front of him with that's sitting down with the tan blazer jacket, sport jacket, is the commission. He's just kind of signing off, making sure everything is good. But you can see those gloves. Now, when you look at Davis, right below Davis's arm, right below his water bottle, you can actually see what looks like a one side of all white boxing gloves, which many are saying, based on the shape, are winning gloves. And I can't obviously pro fight winning gloves, historically, from what I've always seen, it always has that winning logo on the back of the glove. So if these are winnings, I'm kind of unsure why there's no logo on them if they are winning. That's kind of weird. And you can't see the cuff as well. Typically the winning gloves also have a rubberized tag that's stitched on the cuff, so you can't really see it, but you do see all white gloves with no logo that look exactly like the ones that he wore during the fight. So let's go ahead and play it again, but just so you guys can see. So there were definitely those white gloves here during the glove selection process. So I think that kind of removes any questions that there about those gloves. So I'm thinking that he got both the grants, and let's just say for conversation's sake that those are winnings, he got those grants and those all white winnings approved by the commission. And then later on, maybe he found there was some discomfort in his Grant gloves, and because the commission approved the other white gloves as well, he switched out to them. So let's go ahead and check out some of that training footage before the fight. Okay, so here is some footage of Davis pre-fight and his warm-up with his Grant boxing gloves. You can see clearly that it has the logo on there, the white, red, and green. The wrists are taped off, so he had the intention of going ahead and using this. But at some point, I believe during this warm-up and him getting ready for the fight, that maybe he found something he didn't like in the gloves, the way they felt. Obviously, during a pro fight, everything is important, especially with the gloves, how comfortable they are, hand positioning, thumb positioning, everything plays a factor. So something felt off, I'm assuming, and he took them off and then put on those all white winning gloves that everyone has seen. So that's what I'm thinking. Let's look at the footage of him training with the all white gloves now. Okay guys, so here you guys see Davis getting his all white gloves, which I believe are winning, put on his hand. So at some point during this warm up, he removed those grants, I believe, for whatever reason. Maybe he felt something uncomfortable with them, something was bothering him. Maybe gloves are everything, especially when it comes to a fight of this magnitude, the comfort. If you know you're gonna go probably a good chance of going the distance, he wants something super comfortable. Maybe he just didn't feel the thumb was good, something in there wasn't right. So now you see Floyd here just looking at him. The guy on the left who's out of the screen, you can't see him right now, with the bald head and the black sport coat, right there he is. He's part of the commission, so he's just going to inspect the gloves, sign them off on the tape. So you can see right there, I'm going to pause it real quick. They look like winning gloves. Now, it's really hard when it comes to all white gloves because it's hard to distinguish the angles and the shape of the glove. But I believe these are Winnings, and there's only a few brands that are approved by the commission to use on a pro fight. Obviously Winnings, Reyes, Grants, Everlast, Rival. There's several brands that are approved and are used by, you know, typically used by the elite level boxers. So there goes Davis getting. Now I want you guys to look real carefully when he puts the left glove on at the wrist right here. There's a patch on there I believe is Winning, and if you look, I'm going to try to see if I can pause it right when it happens. If I can get it. Sliding his glove on. There it is. So there you have it. There you can see that actual patch that says Winning on it. I believe those are Winning gloves. They're really the only gloves that use that rectangular rubberized patch. The weird thing is there's no logo on the actual glove surface itself. There's typically like a Winning logo, but who knows, they may have just gotten a special pair for Davis. I know Mayweather has a ton of connections in the industry, so he might have just got himself a pair that didn't have the logo. But you can see there, you can see that those gloves do have that patch and they're getting laced up. So Floyd is kind of walking around. I wish the camera angle was better. It looks like the guy's more focused on getting Floyd than he is Davis. But there you have it. That's the gloves getting put on. I'm going to fast forward it a little bit so you guys can see now Davis is just warming up with the Winning gloves on, just getting prepared with Coach Ford. So my thoughts are that at some point during the warm-up, Davis was uncomfortable with the Grants and wanted to switch them out for whatever reason. Maybe something in the knuckle area, the thumb felt awkward, something in the gloves ergonomically was bothering him, and he mentioned it to his team, to Floyd. Maybe someone with the commission or his team said something about the gloves and that's why he had to switch them. We don't know that. I'm not going to make any assumptions. So to me, it might be just as simple as him not liking the gloves and saying at the last minute, you know what, this is the biggest fight of my career. I want to make sure that I have on gloves that I'm 100% sold on. And I know historically he's always worn Grants in his past fights, but again, that's not to say that maybe these pair didn't feel right at the very last minute and he had doubts about them, and he wanted to be fully confident with the pair of gloves he was wearing in the most important fight of his career. So that's my thoughts on it. Maybe there is more into it. I guess as time goes on, more details will come out, or they may not as it unfolds. But you can see in the video footage for itself that he was wearing Grants. They were switched out obviously during the warm-up process. Both gloves were approved by the commission, and this might just boil down to simply just him not liking the Grants and going with the Winning. So again, as usual, leave your comments down below. We can discuss this in more detail. If you guys have any questions or comments, just make sure you guys leave your feedback, and I'll see you guys later.